In this video tutorial, we are going to learn about hatch and gradient. You can find those two here, or in draw toolbar you can find it here, hatch and gradient. So the purpose of hatch is to apply the pattern to the objects. If you want to show the material or if you want to show the cut portions, we need to use this hatch pattern. If you want to know the shortcut, H enter. Right away it will display some option over here, and you can find some option over here also. If you click on settings, it will pop up a window. The options whatever you are seeing here, that will be the same furnished over here. So let's see one by one. First of all, it is showing like a boundaries and some options are there, pattern some options are there, and properties, origins, and some options are there. So majorly if you click here, the hatch patterns, different type of hatch patterns will be available over here, and some gradient options also. If you click pattern, it will display like a hatch patterns. If you click on solid, it is selecting a solid color. If you click on gradient, it will display mixed colors. We can mix two different type of colors in AutoCAD. The shading also, different type of shading patterns that you can find over here. These are gradients and patterns. So in any right away you can choose hatch or gradient over here. Let's say I have a component like this. I want to apply a hatch pattern in this area. So for that I will use a hatch, and you can select these using these two options. If you click on pick points, you will get the crosshair. If you click on select, it will show a pick box. The difference is, if you select pick points, it will detect the island and it will adjust the hatch pattern accordingly. If you select this one, if you select this option as select, you need to click on particular closed boundaries. See, it is filling entirely. If you click again select, if you click again this circle also, it will detect the island between these two objects. For example, I am clicking escape. I am clicking circle outside of it. Again I am using the hatch option. If suppose I am using the select object and I have selected this one and this one, see, there is no island between these two objects. Between these two objects we can detect the separate island. So that is why it is selecting individually. If you don't want, you can click here remove, and you can select some particular objects whichever you don't want to hatch. So these are selection options, and here you can select the patterns, and from here you can select the solid, gradient, or patterns. See, if you select solid, it will fill a color, solid color. The color you can choose here, and if you click here gradient, it will create a shaded pattern, and those two colors you can click here. Like I choose red, I choose green, red to green. Like this you can assign the colors. Here it is showing like two colors. If you click here, only single color will be affected. Out of one, like one is a red color, other one is null, but it is showing a black color pattern. Gradient means mixed, or we can also call it shaded colors. Shade, black color shading. If you don't want, here you can find the tint. If you increase it, it will change to like 100 white, black to white. If it is 0, black. So the shade you can change it here. I hope you understand. And we can assign the same colors to the pattern also. And with this option you can use the background color. If I say I can fill colors, use this, I can fill the boundary, pattern and boundary. With these options you can choose like this. And this one is a hatch transparency. Transparency means see-through. If you increase it to 50, please observe here, if you increase it to 50, click enter, right away the display visibility is little bit decreased. If I increase it to 90, see, completely done. If I want to increase more than like 99, only 90 is taken. So in a hatch transparency property, 90 is the maximum. If you go 100, nothing, zero visibility. Indirectly we are not applying any hatch pattern to it. That is why. So simply click 0, means full visibility. Now In AutoCAD, hatch default angle will be 45 degrees, but it is showing 0, but the angle is 45 degrees. Suppose I am increasing this to 45, see exact vertical lines, which means 90 degrees, right? So 45 plus 45, 90. So this way you can change the angle also. Like this you can change the angle. And scale, here you can change the scale. Especially I want to discuss two topics here. Here hatch scale we can change from here, and with annotator also. End of this video I will give you detailed description about annotator. And here I am just saying it to 2. Scale increased, 0.5, scale decreased. I mean, depends on your requirement, you can adjust the hatch scale. And about the set origin, say I just want to choose this pattern. If you observe clearly over here, this pattern is changed, and the square box, some of them are not completely filling inside the window. If you want to start not from here, if you want to start from here, click on set origin. If you click at this bottom left corner, if I clicking here, right away it is changed the position. Set origin, if I want to choose it from here, see, I mean, depends on your selection of origin. It means from where hatch has to be started, the pattern. So you can set that using the hatch pattern. If you remove the annotator, automatically associated will be highlighted. Click here. I mean, I am using this hatch pattern with associative on, close hatch, H, enter. With associative off, I am creating, just I will change the color for observation. Click escape. See, this is associative hatch, non-associative hatch. Observe the difference. If suppose this is a non-associative, I am changing the boundary of the hatch. I am just changing the size of the circle by like this. There is no change in hatch pattern, means it is showing like empty. Only up to the previous boundary only it is applied the hatch. If suppose I have select this rectangle, I have changed this shape like this. See, I have changed the boundary and it is following the boundary. Now you observe the what is the difference between associative, non-associative. Associative, observe the boundary and adjust accordingly. Non-associative, don't adjust accordingly. So this is the difference between associative and non-associative. Before going to annotator, I will show this what is match property, use current edge and all. Let's see, match properties means I am just creating a hatch pattern. See, with the previous properties, automatically it is detecting and it is giving the hatch. What I want this to be applied here. Simply click on match property. A paintbrush will be appeared above the big box. Click on the hatch, whatever the property you want to copy, click here. Right away, if you want to place a hatch here, see, even associate property also switch it on accordingly. Click here. These two are match. Like this way you can match properties, current origin, source, everything you can match from previous hatch properties. Let's start annotator. Now to explain annotator, I have created a rectangle with 100 length and 50 width and some 10 diameter circle inside. I have selected this this pattern, and I am using a bilayer color, and I am just switching on the annotator and click here. So with the annotator switching on, I have arranged a hatch pattern over here. Here this will display in the annotative scale property. Here it is indicating the 1:1. While printing the hatch and other objects, we will get some problems. I will show you those problems. See, I have created 3 different papers. In layout 1 we got A4, this is A2, in layout 3 is A0. Like maximum paper sizes available in market itself. I mean, sometimes as per client requirements, we need to take the print with respect to the scale. We need to apply the scale to the objects. I am not applying any scale. Simply in the layout, I am just creating the viewport, MV, enter, fit, and select the viewport, assign the scale. This is viewport scale, 1:1. Not annotated scale, this is viewport scale. And the layout also same, MV, enter, fit, select this 1:1, and viewport 3, MV fit this one 1:1. See, I want to show this as an example. In layout 1 we got A4 paper size, and layout 2 is a A2 paper size, and layout 3 is a A0 paper size. We have changed the paper size and we just assigned 1:1 scale to the object. But depends on paper, there is no change in size of object. If you decrease, if you increase the paper size, means print size is decreasing. So it is a little bit clumsy. If you use a higher paper, like A0, there is a bigger papers I am using. So at that situation, the object is printing very small on the particular paper. What about the hatch? The lines are placed nearby to each other, so it will print like a paste, so which will be not good. What you need to do, you need to adjust the scale. Again and again, you don't need to change the scale, go to hatch property, change the scale again and again. You don't need to change that. You can change it over here with the annotated scale itself. See, in the layout 1 I like the print, not a problem with that, so I don't change it, and only in the layout 2 I can change that. Simply select the viewport, properties, Ctrl+1 shortcut. You can find the annotated scale, standard scale. Change the annotated scale 1:2 and change the standard scale 1:1. Means all other parts are at 1:1 scale only the hatch we have changed it. If you want to change, if you want to observe the look, you can observe clearly here the size of the hatch is increased, right? And according to the paper size, the object size is adjusted, but we have placed the scale of the hatch as per our liking. And in the layout 3 also, simply select the viewport, go to Ctrl+1, and annotated scale would be 1:4, and actual scale will be 1:1. Now you can observe, the size of the object is decreased, but the scale is adjusted accordingly. Even if you take the print like this, you won't feel much difference. You will get the good print on the particular paper. So this is the major advantage of this annotator option. Next, now I have an object with open profile. See, I want to hatch this area, but this is not a closed object. If I want to hatch this area, if I use the hatch H enter, simply select pick points and click in this area. I will get an error message like a closed boundary cannot be determined. See, here it is showing an error. So for the open profile we can't directly hatch. So if I want to hatch this area, go to here and use the gap tolerance. Here the value showing is 0. First of all, it should be more than the gap here. So I am checking with the D, I enter, first point, second point. It is like a 23 or 13 in XY direction. On an average, I want to use more than 23, so I will use 30. So again, H enter, add this add value like 30, and now pick points, then click in this area. Now the warning is quite different. See, the hatch boundary is not closed. What do you want to do? Continue hatch this area, do not hatch this area. Click on continue hatch this area. Right away it is showing like this one. If I escape it, see, this is the original profile line. This is the original profile. This is the hatch. And an average, it is considered the intersection point over here, an imaginary point, and it is assumed like a closed object, and it has created the boundary. So this is the use of gap tolerance. Thank you for watching. Take care.